Yo, what's up, guys? Another episode of the 3D Podcast. I'm Austin, podcast director. We're sitting here with Rob, audio engineer.
What's up?
Also sitting here, we got Ethan, founder, producer.
What's going on?
And then we got our boy Swan, visual engineer. Get off your fucking phone.
Visual engineer and VJ.
Yeah.
What's a VJ?
Yeah, what the fuck?
A VJ is a video jockey. So much how like a DJ cues up the music and mixes them together, I will be mixing up all the visuals for you to enjoy.
Swan, you said I heard you talking about something that you're getting, right?
Well, today Ethan and I struck a deal over his tower in which there will be a 2-year payment plan of a specified price, but it should be able to run all my softwares like butter, smooth as vanilla. And it's absolutely outrageous. I'm going to get a custom transport case because, portability, if I could build a laptop, I would have, but
Not with these specs.
not with these specs.
It ain't gonna fit.
Yeah, but that's about it. Very exciting. My first actual desktop, and start out with a fucking Mac Daddy.
Yeah, so to elaborate on that, last year we went to Micro Center, and the guy that was helping us with visuals at the time, he knew quite a bit about computers and builds and is kind of more of a gamer, but nonetheless, we built a monster, and Swan was about to do the same, but I don't really use mine for, it's built for graphics and crazy processing, and so basically Swan's just going to pick up mine and save half the money and get twice the specs. So yeah, we just kind of repurposed that monster, so that's kind of cool. But I don't know if that's so much as the projects we're doing, but it'll certainly allow us to get the projects that are coming up to be a lot more efficient.
Dope.
Always good to get new gear.
Yeah, lots of new software coming too and plugins for Cinema 4D.
Yeah, so I built the tower a year ago, and I have not been using it because I am Team Mac. I basically could never decide if I wanted to have Windows or Mac, so I bought them both, and I use Mac. So rather than just having this $4,000 paperweight monster of a tower, we're going to repurpose it, and Swan's going to use it to do his thing because it's, ironically enough, has perfect specs for the graphics card and all that. It's perfect for the kind of projects that he's using. And so yeah, rather than having him spend a couple grand on something with half the specs, he's just going to get mine for half cost and get the better specs and be able to bring you guys even better and more efficient and elaborate visuals. So yeah, good times.
Keeping her in the 3D family.
Yeah. Got to keep it in the family. I just do not use it, and when I bought it, I said this is 3D equipment in the sense that I'm all about being a team player or whatever. But nonetheless, we're at a point now where it makes the most sense for him to use it and have it, and especially rather than having him spend the same amount of money for something with less power, it's it just makes sense. So yeah, we're wheeling and dealing on some computers this week.
Plug.
What's in the works for you?
I've been pretty busy. Ethan over here, this past week, it's been a lot of setup work. We've been basically going pretty hard to get our first single for you guys released. We're working with a very talented vocalist, thanks to our new manager, Mike. Very, very exciting things going on over here. Nonetheless, though, for the music, yeah, we've been just finalizing, basically getting a mock-up track done to our vocalist so that she can be ready to come in a couple of weeks and just kill it. We had some takes done before, pretty decent, but it's a learning process, and we're not going to ever put anything out until we are 100% happy with it, and that's just kind of a thing of integrity, and we love what we do, and we do it because we believe in it. So yeah, it's for the music, that's what it's been looking like. For Not Designer, we've been going insanely hard. We've got our official public launch here in just a few days. Not-designer.com, Instagram, Not Designer Official, Twitter the same, Facebook, type it in, Not Designer, but check us out in just a few days. We're going to be officially public and available. So excited about that. Shout out to my man Matthias, our videographer. He's also the vice president there, and he's been helping me so much, just getting us all set up to sell on Instagram, set up to sell on Facebook, Twitter, trying to make it as easy for you guys as we possibly can. And also, I should share this. If you do listen and you want some opportunity and you're thinking, man, how can I get in on this? Until January 1st, if you go on our website and scroll down to the bottom, you will see there's an option to sign up to be an affiliate marketer. And what that entails is you get 5% of all sales driven. All you got to do is put in your name, your email, set up a quick account. We get you set up with your own personalized website URL, and you collect 5% of the sales that you drive by sharing that link with family and friends. So go to our website, sign up for that. great opportunity. That's what we've been going hard on for you guys, at least in my area. Yeah, I'll pass it on.
Swan, you're getting a call. It says no caller ID.
It's the feds, dude. Shit.
Well, good thing they hung up their own, because I was not going to answer that shit anyways.
Rob, what's in the works?
I mean, as far as music shit, pretty much what Ethan said. I'm just trying to get these tracks mixed and getting to sound better. I also bought a whole bunch of new Waves plugins. All you producers out there, I would highly recommend Waves plugins for mixing and mastering purposes. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. So do you guys, like, when you guys are working and stuff like that, do you guys ever run into, like, writer's block, per se? Like, when you guys are working, like, you guys ever get, like...
All the fucking time. I'll just open up my DAW and just see a blank slate and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I made that dope-ass song a couple months ago. I have no idea how I did that. And then whenever that happens, I just honestly go and watch YouTube tutorials so I can get better at producing and just learn different techniques from other producers and shit. So that's what I do. Ethan? Swan?
So, Matthew here. I experience two types of blocks quite regularly. One being, yes, creatively trying to think of things to do and things that would be cool. But another one, since I'm such a beginner in my craft, like learning new things and getting things that look certain ways and lighting and everything. Like, but that's part of the fun, is learning all these new things and getting better and learning my craft.
I'm just asking if you guys ever, like, fucking get stumped, get unmotivated, like, just feel...
Everyone gets stumped and everyone gets unmotivated. And if you're asking how I get around that, I would love to share what's been successful for me. Mind you, that is my experience, and it may not work for anyone else, but there have been some things that I've experienced to alleviate some of that, yeah, and to get through it at least. And for me, I guess to elaborate, I have to always power through. So whether I'm DJing, writing lyrics, organizing information, like whether that be, just mundane paperwork for like business nonsense, like there'll be times where you get stumped, whether you don't know what you're doing, whether you're not being creative, whatever the process is, whatever you're doing, there's different obstacles that be, and the point of it is that you get stuck. And the way that I've been able to get through that is to just, you have to persevere. Like you cannot allow, we make mountains out of molehills, right? So it's like, for me, in my experience, there's always going to be things, you can only do so much in a day, but at the end of the day, we are lenient with ourselves. Everyone thinks they're a genius, but with ourselves, we are lenient. That's a rhyme I wrote one time, and that kind of expresses how I feel in the situation. That, like, you're going to get stumped, you're going to have writer's block, and in my experience, how you get past it is that you don't leave that piece of paper, that website, that whatever it is, until you come to either an understanding or a strategy for tomorrow as to how you're going to combat it. Because I understand you cannot accomplish everything in a day, but greatness is largely a matter of mindset, and you got to decide that you are going to get your result, and you will get stuck, and you will not have 100% creativity all the time, but powering through, there's something to be said about that, and to not just wait till it comes to you, because a lot of these things are not going to come to you. You have to come to them, and that is what I'm trying to say. So I power through, I push through, I won't quit until it's 4 a.m. and I'm in tears, red in the face with the answer that I'm seeking.
So there's never been a point, like, where we're just completely unmotivated, just like, I can't do this.
No, there is, and that's what I mean, is that, like, I'm a very, very, not eccentric, but let's say, I'm an exuberant person. Like, everything about me is intense. And so I am not easily able to let things go. And so for me, it'll bother me more to try and shake it off than it will to not eat and not sleep for 14 hours and figure it out, because the glory and the validation and just the growth that I feel when I finally get that answer that I'm seeking, or that ability, or that, that creative moment, it makes it all worth it, and it validates what I know to be true, which is that the only way out is through. I'm going to write that down. It validates what I know to be true. The only way out is through.
Rob, you feeling this shit? You ever feel like just uninspired to, like, just quit what you're doing? Do you ever feel down about yourself?
I mean, I don't really feel like I ever want to quit, because, like, it's just not really an option for me. It's because I'm not like that. Like, I would never just, like, quit something just because I'm feeling a certain way. It's like, no, like I'm not a fucking bitch.
Persevere, baby.
Like I don't even think of it like it's that. Like I just don't. Like I literally just think of it like I'm not a fucking bitch. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna fucking do it. So if I do have some type of writer's block or something, instead of sitting there and trying to create something that ends up being like shit, then I'll just do something that I've already done and work from that, and just like always try and make sure that I'm always working and always getting further in my goals, like no matter what, because if I don't feel creative, then at least I can go into the more like mixing part of things, of music.
So top 5 favorite TV shows. Go.
All right.
Doesn't matter what kind, just any TV show.
All right. I already got my one. Let me see.
Let's all go around and do our number 1 favorite first.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'll start on that. My number one favorite is Breaking Bad.
Of course.
I'm sorry. Breaking Bad is the best TV show ever created.
It's objective too. There's no bias.
It is 100% objective. There is
no bias.
It's literally a proven fact. Like it's a
There's been
it's
studies.
a statistical fact that it is the greatest television show that has ever been created.
Science, bitch.
Science,
Yeah.
bitch.
Well, at the moment, the only like TV show or series I'm really watching right now, I know total weeb status, but Naruto Shippuden. I'm about halfway through the pain arc, getting pretty excited. First time I've been through Shippuden, but as far as normal people shows, I'd have to go with like King of the Hill, instant classic, Trailer Park Boys, like the
Motherfucker, shut up.
rewatchabilities.
I should have bought stock in Trailer. They would have survived off my views alone.
Ricky.
This is true, Ethan.
I watched Trailer Park Boys every night for 4.5 years straight because it was the only show that I could just no shame like drift off into sleep to like, okay, so like for me, if I'm watching a show at night, if it's like Ozarks or Breaking Bad, then I will stay up all night because it's like ooh, like they're good at making it cliffhanger to where you can't not watch the next episode. So I'll watch that, but it has to be during the daytime, and even then it's hard to not like binge watch, right? So for me, not that you don't watch or binge watch Trailer Park Boys, but stupid shit like that and other sitcoms, for me it's like I'm able to not feel myself like unable to drift my attention away. So it's like it's more of a mindless show that I can watch that I can just fall asleep to. So for me, Trailer Park Boys was like Ambien for 4.5 years, right? Like that was just like my Tylenol PM was watching Trailer Park Boys. So I don't even need to like go on to top 2, 3, 4, or 5 because I'm sure we've all watched the same shows. But if you want to know like Ethan humor, like what's like if you want to get me, like make a Trailer Park Boys joke and like we'll be good.
See, I feel that with Family Guy.
I know. We've all
is
seen
like
those
my
shows. We've all
lunch
seen
TV
Family
show.
Guy. We've all seen South.
All right, yo. What's your guys' lunch TV shows? Like you just like will watch it.
Dude, I don't watch
just
that much
literally
TV,
just like
bro.
one episode.
You guys
just
be
like
careful.
One
They don't
episode.
call it
Naruto.
They don't call it programming for nothing. You know.
Oh, I watch hella TV. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, I never watch TV.
Impractical
I try and watch-
Jokers, A1.
Dude, I've literally been trying to rewatch
Sal
Breaking
Volcano, if
Bad
you can
for
hear
like
this.
2 years and I still haven't gotten to it. Like I always say, yo, I'm gonna watch this movie tonight. 3 months later, still haven't watched it. I'm like, fuck.
Fuzz.
I don't know. I watch a lot of TV. I'm a big TV movie person because, like, I don't know. Just like I just have a lot of downtime in my house, and I'm just always watching, scrolling through new shit at Netflix.
See, I always feel bad whenever I watch TV and shit. 'Cause I'm like, fuck, should I be working? Yes, probably.
Yeah.
I just can't afford it.
I feel
Not
that.
not monetarily. Like more so like decisions are easy when values are clear. I'll watch one episode of Trailer Park Boys as I fall asleep, and then like daytime television. Is what? I just don't watch daytime television.
Well, I guess
You don't fill your time with daytime television.
Well, I guess I can just say that I'll watch Family Guy whenever I watch an episode of Family Guy. That's my eating show.
I dig. I mean, yeah, I'm
That's
not.
like the show that I turn on to like just have in the background, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I watch like Wheel of Fortune with my parents while I eat dinner, but that's just like what you do, right?
I didn't mean actual TV. I don't have actual
Yeah, me
TV.
neither.
I'm poor.
At least you got MLB though.
No, I just stream that.
Yeah, this
I
guy.
just stream that
Ethan
the
uses my
internet.
Hulu.
Yeah. I'm not
MLB
saying I
TV.
don't watch TV, but I'm just like a 1 to 2 episode as I fall asleep person. Like daytime television doesn't exist for me unless it's like fucking Christmas Day, sitting there with the family watching Christmas movies or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Or like Thanksgiving, watching some football. I feel that.
mind you though, like I love playing with music and all that good jazz. So like that's when I have free time. I prefer to do that. I'm not dissing TV, but like everyone has like their hobbies. Like also our podcast director Austin loves cars. So like as I'm over here googing out over like the new songs, he like not that he doesn't like music too, but like this man spends a lot of time at car shows and stuff. So yeah, it's just like hobbies, I guess.
Yeah. If you want to check out my Instagram for some dope ass pics, Larry Lovestein 21. Oh, actually, no. I changed to Larry Lovestein 5.0 because I have a fucking 5.0 Mustang. So
Oh shit.
check that shit out. It's pretty wicked.
Yo, what are our other hobbies? Austin,
he's
you
faster
got
than
cars,
I like getting money. That's a good one.
getting money.
Fuck you, pay me.
Other hobbies.
I like hanging out with my friends and working on my craft.
Yeah, no,
That's-
I
Other hobby that doesn't have to
Oh.
do with anything about this. Just a random ass
like,
thing that you just genuinely like doing on your free time. Just,
Pokemon Go is pretty fun. I play that with my sister a lot. I'm about to start a Dark Heresy campaign,
Jesus.
Warhammer 40,000 with my buddies on Discord. So
Holy-
that'll be really fun.
Holy fuck.
my hobby is reading motivational books. I like get high as fuck whenever I read like Jordan Peterson and Gary Vee and Timothy Ferriss and like there's a gajillion others that are like less mainstream, but nonetheless like just all the self-help books. I eat that shit up. Like I have a reading list right now of like maybe each 40 books, and I think I've got through like 20 of them in the last 6 months. And I'm an Audible guy, so I listen to books on Audible like while I'm driving and while I'm doing laundry and just like anytime I can. I love eating books.
Oh yeah.
Which is wild because like growing up I fucking hated reading and my mom's a reading
Same.
teach.
Yeah. I've never listened. I've tried listening to a book.
Ever since Audible came out, it's just changed the game for me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never read books, but I listen, dude.
Same.
I love to listen.
I just can't do that when I'm driving because like I can't pay attention. I don't know.
I'll zone out and then I rewind it if I zone out. But I don't know, it's just get in the habit. But some people learn differently. So for me, it's like my mind is geared for that. Like some people are visual learners, some people are auditorial. I'm an auditorial learner, I guess.
True.
But yes, I eat up the audiobooks. The Audible first book's free.
I do feel that.
And then everyone
Audible
after it
is
too.
dope.
Who the fuck's at the door?
Let's cover.
Like, are we getting robbed? Some dogs
Yo,
at the
a good question to ask people is, what is the last book that you read?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that'll kind of show like
You can tell a lot.
Yeah, you can tell a lot. I don't even know the last book I read. So.
I think the last one I
The
read.
Third Door, actually.
That's a good book.
I think
Story.
Alex Benign, shout out to The Third Door. That's a great book. And also,
Yeah,
I
dude.
used the strategy in that book to reach out to them to get advice. And I actually had an hour-long conversation with his manager, Jason Von Sick, at Von Sick Management. Shout out to those guys because they gave me a lot of good information. And we would not be probably as far along with we are with Not Designer if it wasn't for some of the advice that I had got from him. So shout out to The Third Door. You should read that book if you feel like it's like, why doesn't shit go good for me? Why can't I make shit happen? You need to read that book because it shows you how to make shit happen.
It's a fun ass book too. It's not boring and it's super easy to read too. Hella easy to read, and it's exciting, and just the shit that he does, you're like, holy fuck, this
Why
is
didn't
a
I think-
yeah, why didn't I? This is some random ass kid, and he's doing these things.
Right.
Like, why can I do these things?
What's your
And
excuse?
what's
Not
your
to
fucking
mention, you hear
excuse?
some of these failures, and it's like, that's harder than I've ever failed with anything, and it shows you that you're just not putting yourself out there, and that's really what it comes down to, but that's a whole nother thought.
who wrote this book?
Alex Benign, so he graduated from, he went to a 4-year and was like Jewish guy that's pre-med, so his parents are like pushing him to be a doctor, and then he, like disobeys them or disappoints them and goes this other route of trying to interview the world's most successful people to try and write a book and leverage their knowledge of their early on success and kind of just pass it on to the youth. And so he was able to do that. And what he learned, the secret that they all had, was the secret that he acquired along the way, which was, how in the hell do I get where I want to go when I have no credibility, da-da-da-da-da-da. And, he interviewed like the Spielbergs and, the Bill Gates of the world that just completely finesse the game, and he puts it in a book into layman's terms to where pretty much anyone can kind of take the nuggets and use that approach to get themselves where they want to go and create opportunity.
Highly recommend.
Read that book. It's a great book.
Rob, you got any hobbies? Like, what's good other than music stuff? Like,
Shit. Gosh, that's a good question, man.
because like I know you don't do like a whole lot. In
I
your
don't
spare
really
time.
do a whole, the only, I spend a lot of time in Logic Pro X, making music and a lot of time on YouTube learning about music. I guess you could say my other hobby is politics. I'm not going to get into that, but I do enjoy politics. So
How can politics be a hobby?
it's a hobby.
How's it, you just like stay tuned with it all 24/7? Like,
I mean, I listen to podcasts and I stay up to date on things like.
is there like a
Yeah.
fantasy team for that shit? Like what?
Yeah, it's called the voting booth. But yeah, other than that, like I literally just spend my time on YouTube learning shit and occasionally I'll play a game of Black Ops Zombies and lose at round 3 and get pissed off. So, but other than that, like if it's nice outside, dude, I fucking love going to parks and just like chilling with my homies. Like, I mean, we all went to Klondike that one time. That was super chill.
We
and-
play catch sometimes.
Yeah, like go outside, play catch, like throw a baseball around, you know, like
I
just
want to
shit
call
like
you
that.
out
Super dope.
so hard.
What?
Because we've hung out like 3 times in the past week, and Mr. Rob is always like, "Ooh, I got school tomorrow. I gotta work. I'm busy. Da 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 da."
Hey, I was busy.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, yo, I will admit though, like a year ago, I did a lot more shit. Like a lot of my friends have probably noticed that I say no a lot more to things.
Last night, I said to Matthias, our videographer, I said, I feel bad for Rob's friends besides us because they'll call him and be like, "Hey man, you want to hang out?" And he'll go, "No." Like you just shot him. Like you just shot him in the gut for even asking. Like, oh, come on now, don't put me out like that. But you know, like decisions are easy when values are clear. You know, not to be a dick, but you know, life is short and we're going where we're going and we're doing what we value. And you know, it's like we live on our own terms. And Rob and all of us here, we do what we value. And I guess for some people that includes not necessarily having as much free time and all that.
That is something I do want to change though. Like I do want to start saying yes and like just doing more fun things because I don't know. Like I feel like it kept me a little more sane, you know. Because now it's just I just sit in my room all fucking day, every day. That and in the classroom because I'm still in school. So, but other than those 2 places, that's pretty much where I'm at. But it kind of sucks though because it's freezing, so there's really nothing to do.
Yeah, I mean, in Missouri when it's cold as fuck,
Yeah.
you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
The winter, it's like, okay, whose house are we hanging out at? Like,
yeah. Whose basement are we chilling
Yeah.
at?
whose car? Whose car?
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you got a space heater?
Yeah.
For real.
All right.
All right. Words to live by.
Are we doing that again?
Yes.
Words to live by.
What do we got? If you guys can give the audience words to live by, what would you say?
Someone go before me. I'm gonna have to take a sec to think about this. I can think of something real quick though.
Oh yeah, I got you right now. It actually, it was organic that it came out today about in this podcast 15 minutes ago. I get a lot of my lyrics this way, but I said it validates what I know to be true. The only way out is through. And back to writer's block and how I deal with it. Mind you, it's my own opinion and it's biased, but myself, I power through. And yeah, the only way out is through. That validates what I know to be true. If you want it, go get it. If you don't have it, try harder, fail harder.
But it's just so easy for you to say that when
Right?
you've
Yeah.
already
But I have a job. But
accomplished.
I. So did I. Like, so did I. So did everyone else, man. Like, and not that we've done something that you haven't, but like to anyone out there that's like sitting in the man, I wish I could do what you're doing seat. Nothing is stopping you.
Literally.
No one's stopping you from doing anything.
There's not one person out there that's going, I see that person and I want to end what they're doing and I want to crush them. I mean, who the fuck is thinking that? No, everybody's thinking about their own shit, their own problems. Nobody wants to fucking stop you. I mean, no one's sitting there and being like, yo, fuck 3D, like we're trying to. I mean, they might, dude, they might. I mean, like, if you are, you're not gonna win. But I mean, in all reality, no one's actually trying to fuck with you. You know, I mean, you just gotta pave your own path, pretty much.
Life is negotiable. Don't make excuses. I think my dog's about to break into my own house. Like, it's so cold out. This dog's like, I'm about to grow some thumbs and open this fucking door. Like, oh my goodness. Copper.
Hey, dude, wait. Don't let her run up on the
For
hardwood.
real. Again,
Go upstairs.
we got a puppy.
No, she can't. The hardwood.
Okay, well, yeah.
You gotta carry her.
Bear with us here. We're real people. So this is what we mean when we say, like, no one's stopping you from doing anything. We're real people, and we haven't done shit, and neither of you. So, yeah, go get it. Make it happen. Read The Third Door.
Yeah, dude, The Third Door is definitely a must read, especially if you don't know like what you're doing with your life. That's literally the whole premise of the book.
It's
like,
broad, yeah.
Like literally the beginning of the book is him staring up at a ceiling in college at USC in California, being like, "Fuck, what am I doing with my life? I do not want to be a pre-med student." And then he fucking changed it because he said, "Fuck this! Like I'm not living my life for someone else."
You guys got any words to live by, Swan, Rob?
Never trust a fart.
Yeah, never trust a fart, people. Silent but deadly, wet and rowdy. Never trust a fart. No. You gotta fake it till you make it, or like you can hype yourself into any sort of mindset or like into any like situation. What I have to say is that winners fail more than losers do, meaning that winners are willing to try more and fail more and like just they'll succeed because they're trying more. They're actually trying. Like if you find a way to fail, you're gonna try again until you find the way to do it. Like
you can often judge a man's successes by the amount of uncomfortable situations he's willing to put himself in. Go out there and get it, you bitch. That's how I stay inspired. I love shit like that.
Oh, I kind of got one just because we were just talking about it, or I was talking about it with someone earlier, but so that one poem by Robert Frost, the Road Not Taken, I think that's a really good kind of poem for what we're doing, because essentially what it's talking about is he's looking back at his life and he's pretty much regretting that the road that he took, because he was at he was at an intersection. One road was one road still had fucking weeds on it. The other road was super clean, had nice new fucking pavement on it, and everybody was on it. And instead of going on the weed trail, he took the nice paved road, and I just think that really resonates with us, especially kind of what like Ethan said, because
what you find depends on what you look for.
Yeah. That's actually a good one. What'd you say again? Can you repeat that? What you find is
what you find in life largely
what you find in life largely depends on what you're looking for. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, make your own path, dog.
I just want to talk about how I'm just grateful that I really met you guys. You, Rob. I mean, Rob, we met a long time ago. But Swan, Matthias, like, I'm forever grateful that I met you guys. And, like, I'm pumped that we're a team, and I'm excited for the future. I'm so pumped.
Likewise, man. If I could say one thing, like, we kind of made it out like, you know, we're not lucky at all. We just busted our asses. We are eternally lucky, eternally grateful, all that. And we have worked hard. But, yes, what he said, it has been a major blessing and just nothing but a pleasure to work with this group of guys, and like every day gets a little bit easier because everyone here at this team really brings something unique to the table, and we've really been able to also have that friendship bound it together, and hopefully in the future be able to leverage that into some really special content for you guys. So yeah,
love you guys too.
So where can we find you guys on social media again?
On Twitter, it's at Rob Santel, and on Instagram, Robert Santel. So yeah, I'm not really active. So Twitter, I am though. So hit me up.
On Instagram, you can find me at Swagmaster Swanee, and that's it.
Ethan here. Yeah, I'm Ethan Costello. Twitter, Instagram.
Just literally, I am Ethan Costello. It's all one word.
I'm Ethan Costello. So I am Ethan Costello. My name with I am, as in I'm in front of it, because I'm Ethan Costello. I couldn't have just Ethan Costello because someone else, I guess, had that first. So I'm Ethan Costello. Twitter, Instagram. Also, Not Designer Official. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Not-designer.com. Official public launch January 1st. And then, of course, the group itself, 3D Music Official. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. 3-dmusic.com. Merchandise available on there as well January 1st. Got hoodies and hats for you guys if you want to show some love and support. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you can also find your podcast director on Instagram at Larry_Lovestein_5.0. that pretty much wraps it up for the podcast here. I'm Austin, your podcast director, sitting here with Rob.
Peace out.
Got Ethan.
Deuce.
Swaddles.
See you later.
Yeah. All right. This is 3D Podcast. We'll catch you guys next week.